What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Rhoda this week. Oh, yeah! What another amazing, crazy, insane weekend of football and baseball. I mean, right now, the Dodgers are looking to end it tonight. I mean, we could go back to LA and end it there too, but we got 4 games. We won't need that. This team ain't going to hold up. I'm sorry, Yankees. I kind of respect you too, even though I don't like you. But at the same time, go Dodgers, Dodgers Nation. Oh, yeah, it's time to bring the pain for the hard hits review. Yeah. Woo. All right. How's the things? If you haven't been over to the site, we have Doc's Fab article already on the site, been there all day. We have everybody else's losses, prescription notes from Doc. Everybody else's articles are hitting. We also had the baseball and the hockey articles hit. I've been reading those religiously. I'm never home around game lock for those sports, but I do like to play the late slates. So you have to get the Dr. Roto. Use code word doc, get a percentage off of your subscription and get all those free bets and lineups in the Subzolina Discord. All right, let's get to it. Bang! Steelers beat the Giants 26-18. Giants just kicked the extra point. I would have nailed their points. I said 19 in my article yesterday. They got 18. I said 30-20 Steelers. It didn't look like it was going to be that during halftime, but the teams adjusted and everything got going. It still came up a little short. I missed on a couple of the first quarter bets. I usually always slay those, get practically almost all of them right. This time I was about 50%. So, whatever. It happens. But I had other bets hit. I mean, I had the Pickens touchdown. I mean, it was just great. And that was gone. So we were left with what we had to deal with. And at the same time, we had great games. But here goes something I want to hit on. All right. So okay. This is where I'm just getting into it. The Steelers ran exactly what I said they would do. I was down in the seasonal league by 30 points. I had Najee. I had TJ Watt, RDP hero. Steelers defense and Boswell. I smoked that dude by 31. I was predicted to lose at the beginning of the week because I lost some people. All right. Like DK Metcalf is hurt and my running backs, I had to put Najee at flex. I still was able to run with, I'm saying Brown. So, I mean, that. And I have Derrick Henry and Mixon. And I have Patrick Mahomes. But what ended up happening was the Steelers defense. I had Najee and I had the Steelers defense and I had neighbors. And this is why I say IDP matters. When your local neighborhood IDP hero tells you to do something, you got to do it because it works out. Guess what happened? He also had a player going last night and he had Freiermuth. At the same time, he kept inching his points away. I was down by 30 going into that game. The Steelers defense scored 15. Najee went off, scored 15, and Neighbors did just enough. And the kicker was that while the Giants were driving, I was losing by 4 points when the Giants' last drive started. Neighbors caught 2 passes. I was like, just catch one more. Just catch one more. Interception. Steelers win. Woo! Let me check. Yeah, 2 points. That's what it takes to be a champion. That's why I say you don't always have to get your team right by making the offense good. You also have to think about your defenses. Look, I'm not asking you to pick the Steelers defense in the 5th round. I'm just asking you to make sure that you make them a target or you make the Bears defense a target. And no matter who they play, you get it. The Bears defense did exactly what I said they would do in DFS last week. They just gave up a Hail Mary at the end of the game. It's a prayer. It's a low percentage shot. And guess what? It still means I still hit because that defense still scored points. That's what it's all about. However, if you do know this and you did follow my article last week, you will know that I was one of the only people to mention Khalif Raymond and put him on my lineup. He was on my FanDuel lineup. I said it with my chest. I put my back into it, right? And I said Browns defense. Of course, I ain't going to say nothing about my boy Cedric Tillman because I swayed from Tillman on the FanDuel, but on the DraftKings lineup, I had Tillman in. Again, Tillman. Then we're going to Khalif Raymond. Both were 0.8% owned in the $1, like 125,000 odds of people. Literally 0.8% owned. All of you need to start listening to bring the pain more because every time I speak, every single week, I'm back. Ever since I went back to my original formula last year, not that I needed to change it, I just wanted to get a little more aggressive now. It's time to win some money, right? And since I went back, boom, I have been nailing the 3,000 and 3,300 dudes 2 weeks in a row. Not that I doubted myself, but that's why I'm here, Dr. Roto, because I'm the ultra contrarian dude. Yeah. Woo. Hero up, son. Yeah. So when we're talking about all these teams and that, I got to say this, man. This is, you talk about bad teams, and the Giants are a bad team right now. They don't know if they want Daniel Jones in there or Drew Lock. I honestly just put Drew Lock in. I don't even know why, because at this point, Daniel Jones keeps breaking that team's back. How many times do you have to break a back, man? Is this playing don't step on the crack or you'll break your mama's back? That's practically every throw with Danny Jones, bro. He's not the dimes. He needs to get fined for those passes he's throwing. But hey, you made my 6-1 team stay unbeaten. And in that league, my oldest fantasy football league, which I call the McDonald's League, because that's where I met them all. That's where we all got together and met, right? Bam, I'm 7-1, second place lost. He falls to 3 losses. 3 losses. Now, I got 2 games on it. I'm the #1 scoring team, and that's just how it goes. I did have I came up a few points short, so not every stick wins the day. I came up a few points short on a 6-1 team as well. Lost that game. And then I just have a team just literally falling apart because with the injuries and things like that. But I'll get them back on the road. Look, when you got 6 positions to make the playoffs and you have massive injuries, you just got to do what you can. And in deeper leagues, you got to make the most. That's why you get the Dr. Roto. You ask our advice in the Subs Only Discord. We will help you make those moves. It's a waiver wire tonight, people. I mean, and the Dodgers again. So I bring this up about bad teams because bad teams make bad moves, like the Panthers. You literally brought Diontae Johnson into your organization and you trade him away 8 weeks into the season. Why did you even invest the money? Why didn't you just let the Ravens or somebody else sign him? And then he could be on a team better than yours. But yet you literally paid for a 5th round pick and you got semi-production. I don't even know, but it's definitely not worse than the Deshaun Watson trade. Okay. I mean, the Ravens make out from this, but technically I want to say Zay Jones and Johnson are the same dude. So now they're going to have these little dudes scatting all over the place. You got Andrews. Yeah, I don't even know what happened to Likey. He's just gone, man. He's likely in the backup position. And Derrick Henry's just running nuts. And I think what pulled off of Likely was Hill. They use Hill out of the backfield a lot more. So why not just keep using it? So that's why they were able to bring in Diontae Johnson. That helped solidify them. Unfortunately, they need some decent defensive help. Maybe they'll get another trade for that. I don't know. But I know one of my buddies is a huge Ravens fan, came from Baltimore. So I really hope the best for your team, Justin, because really, I mean, now we're going to get the Steelers are going to end up playing the Ravens here in a few weeks. And then we're going to get Diontae Johnson going back. I'm all for that type of stuff. Let's get some stuff. I mean, that's going to be it. Is it really a revenge game? It's not. He went to free agency, got signed by a pathetic team, the Patheticers, the Panthers. I mean, I'm sorry, Patheticers. Anyway, hashtag that. And at the same time, you just got them making bad moves, giving teams. I just still don't know. That's like going to the store and buying some meat and then just going home and giving it to your neighbor. Yeah, that's the coolest thing to do. Say he gives you some seeds for a sunflower. I mean, is that why did you even buy the meat? Maybe he just goes and buys the meat himself. And then you could just go buy seeds yourself, right? If you want seeds, go buy seeds. If you want meat, buy meat. So I'm not sure what the Panthers did on this, but that's why it comes back to bad organizations make bad moves. Funny, that would be a nice little segue because the same with this with me talking about the Panthers. Sorry about that. My video went out for a second, had to hit it because sometimes I get a little eccentric and a little wild in my electricity that exudes from my body, you know, zaps electricity around me. I mean, you want to go do the things, go back and check those calls back into Sirius XM Fantasy when Dr. Roto and Tommy G was on the line, and I broke the radio multiple times because I'm just a wild dude. But anyway, let's get to it. This is my hard hits and cool picks review of my article that came out today, my IDP article for the waiver wire tonight. And the guy I'm highlighting is a safety for the Carolina Panthers. He was picked up as an undrafted free agent. He went to Texas A&M. His name is Demani Richardson. Yeah. Okay. So he's had some injuries here. Jamie Robinson, Nick Scott, and Jordan Fuller have all been out. That has allowed him to step in. Even though he's been on the roster, he didn't get no play. But against the Saints, or against Denver, sorry, I'm going to get to the Saints. Against Denver, he was able to record 11 tackles, and that's huge because Denver was all over the place with that ball. It's amazing that he was able to make it, but that just shows his knack. And I'll tell you why. In college, he was able to intercept Tua and another big-time quarterback in the red zone. He has a knack for making plays. That is why he was all over the place. Demani Richardson, not to be confused with Anthony No Richardson, because he's gone now. Joe Flacco took your job, bro. This is why I talk about bad teams making bad decisions and drafting running quarterbacks. Don't draft a running quarterback on a bad team because this is what's going to happen, right? Back to it. He's 0% rostered. A 0. A big fat O, right? And guess what? You could pick him up tonight for probably 0. You can make a bid on him for free. And I can guarantee you're probably going to get him. I want to see some screenshots. To hashtag Dr. Roto screenshots. Hashtag Demani Richardson. I want to see that waiver wire pickup of Demani Richardson. Come on, man. That's why we do the IDPs of the week. That's why I do it, because I want you to pick up those guys so that your seasonal and dynasty, best ball IDP leagues, whatever you got, become the best team that you need it to be. So when you're talking about that, he played all 72 plays. Now, as long as those players stay injured and he's able to make a cement, his nose is better than the other guys. And nobody cares about Robinson or Scott. Like I've had Scott in the same dynasty league, and he's okay. He's servable. He's literally like maybe 2 to 5, 6 points in a week. But man, when Richardson comes in and just smashes out like that, plus, like I said, he's just got the knack for a red zone interception. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. They're playing the Saints this week. That's why I messed up, and that's why I wanted to get to it. They're playing the Saints this week, and I'm pretty sure Demani Richardson plays every defensive play in that game. And if Derek Carr does not play, I can guarantee he's going to get an interception in the red zone. And if he does, even if he gets an interception, I mean, what do you got? Man, throw like $5 on that. You're going to get $45, $50 back. Maybe you lose. Guess what? Sometimes we lose. But guess that it's going to be a winning process. And if we get Rattler back in there, man, I'm all for it. There's going to be, ball's going to be up in the air, and he's going to come down with one, and you're going to have heard that bet. You're going to have heard that call on the baddest podcast in the world. Bring the pain. Have a great day, everybody. And always remember, may the tackles be with you. Yeah.